topic, I'm going to talk about web analytics. It's another technique that you can use to support and help you understand the needs of your users. Imagine your website could be used by hundreds, thousands, if not millions of people. Obviously, you couldn't talk to every one of them individually, so web analytics is a great way for you to be able to see patterns of use and to actually see what's happening on your website. Let me give you an example. Maybe you're working on a website that's like an e-commerce website where people can jump on and purchase products. Maybe the website has a checkout process, and maybe the checkout process has 4 steps. It's a great way of using web analytics to really focusing on the problem areas of your website. It might be that by viewing the web analytics of this checkout process, you realize that 99%, if not 100% of people go through these steps. However, when they get to step 3, 95% of them drop off. Only web analytics gives you this insight and allows you to really focus in on the problem areas of your website. Another example could be that there's a website and the organization who owns that website is thinking about removing some of the features of that site. It could be, for example, reviews. Now, by using web analytics, they can really get an understanding of how often those reviews are being used, if people are writing or if people are just reading reviews, and see how the reviews are impacting the products that are being sold on the site. Finally, you could use web analytics to support what's known as A/B testing or multivariate testing on a site. It could be that you have a site where it has a particular feature or a call to action button, and you're not quite sure where to put that button or what color or size that button should be. Using web analytics, you have the opportunity to deliver this website with slight variances. For example, the button being in one location for some of the users and in another location in the other users. Using web analytics, you can see how successful one design is over the other. I'm now going to talk about the types of information you can get out of web analytics. Some of the information you can get from web analytics include where your users are based, in what country, number of times they visit the website, a number of times they view a particular page, the length of time they spend on a website or on a particular page, where they enter or exit the website, and even how they use the search, what key terms do they put in, and what sort of results do they get. How does web analytics actually work? So what typically happens is you subscribe to a service or you buy a suite or a software package. Then you insert some code into each of your web pages. What happens is every time a user visits your website and visits a particular page, information about that session and the length of time the user has spent on that page gets fed back into a database. That database then gets analyzed by the web analytics software, and then you get basically a bunch of information, data, graphs, and charts that help you understand patterns of use for your site. Let's discuss some of the strengths and weaknesses to web analytics. One of the strengths to web analytics is actual usage. You're actually getting data about what's happening on your website. Geography isn't an issue, so it captures any user around the world accessing your site. The data is often graphical, so it's easier to understand and navigate through. You're getting some really rich, comprehensive information, such as time, frequency, patterns, and where people drop off. And some of the tools are actually free, so you don't actually have to spend money to actually get set up. However, one of the weaknesses to web analytics is that the information of the data is complex, so not everybody can understand what it's showing you. Therefore, you sometimes require some training, and they can be expensive or laborious, or actually sometimes difficult. And finally, it's about the setup. In order for web analytics to work correctly, the code that goes into your website needs to be correct. Otherwise, you're going to get rubbish data out. So we've just covered web analytics. So hopefully you have a better understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of this technique and how you can use it to support and gather more insights into your users. In the next topic, I'm going to talk about personas.